they will milk you dry. Brace yourself that about 20% of that money is not going to go into that property. 20% will not be accounted for. I've bought land in Ghana. They have never seen the land with their eyes, and it's been 2 years. 2 good years. And the tenant is telling me to come and fix those things with my own money. Keep your money wherever you are. Maybe get mortgage in that country. If in future you can remortgage that property, or for me, rather than ending up in premium tiers, like in tiers Pro Max, don't wait to learn the hard way and to gossip about them or write negative comments, especially when it's social media. People, innocence, pure trust that she had for her family. It can happen to anybody. You don't know the true colors of people. Once you travel abroad, they draw a thin line between you and them. It's like a battlefield. Oh, he even went abroad, he never did anything. He even went abroad, he never came back home to do anything. He didn't invest in anything back home. Hello, welcome once again to another episode here on my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, my space, hello, welcome. My name is Becca. I'm a migrant nurse. I'm an overseas nurse. I currently practice and live in the United Kingdom. On this channel, basically, I talk about nursing. I provide assistance to people or information to people who want to move from overseas into the United Kingdom. Today, I came across a video that was heartbreaking, and it made me reflect on things that have happened in my own life and things that have happened in the life of other immigrants or other migrants like myself who are in the United Kingdom, who are planning to either get a property back home or who have already got properties back home. And this topic or this video is going to be a learning process, or it's going to be a learning tool, or it's going to be a point of study for all of us. Anytime I do a video, I try to make it relatable, something that is relating to myself. So before you conclude or comment on this video, try and watch this video up onto the end, because some time back I did a video where I talked about why I left my kids back in Africa to move to the United Kingdom, and people were just straightforward going into commenting rather than watching the video, asking what kind of mother are you, where is your husband, and so on and so forth. I tell you what, I am the mother that applies senses and look at the long-term effects on my family before I make any move, okay? So it's the same principle I'm applying to this video. Watch this video until the end. Do not judge the lady or the point of reference for this video, or don't judge my input until you have finished watching the video. So I came across this video. I don't usually go on social media, especially when I am busy, but this week I've got annual leave, so the whole week I am off work. For like 8 days, I'm not going to work, and that is why I've got time. I went on Facebook and I saw a very beautiful lady crying her eyes out. She was crying so bad that I was like, let me just go and listen to what this lady's got to say. So I tuned in onto that video, and lo and behold, she was talking about a very topic that we have been talking about for like a month or two. My friends and I here in diaspora, we've been dissecting and discussing this topic like almost every other day. So when I saw it, I was like, let me just forward this video to my friends, and let me also share it here on my community for you guys to learn, especially those of you who have just come or who have been here for a while. Learn from some of us. At least there are some things that you can learn from us. So the reason why this lady was crying brutally, she was crying tears and blood mixed together with running nose, her eyes were puffing out. And she's been trying to send money back home. Okay, so not just that she's in Canada, that's number one. Number two, she's a single mother. She's got a child that, according to her, she's looking after all by herself. So she has to wake up around 4:30 in the morning, drop the kid to nursery so that she can go to work, pick the child, come home. By the time she gets home, it's already late in the evening. She now has to do dinner for this child to eat and for herself to eat. Go back to sleep, wake up. Is like a routine. Imagine a very cold country when you have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. Imagine. It's not easy. So this lady has been doing this for some time and has been able to gather some amount of money. The first thing she could think of is to invest back home. So send the money back home to get a property. So that in case she decides to return back home, she has a place to lay her head. Or even if she decides not to return back home, her family, you see her good thought, she's thinking about her family. Her family can get a place to lay her head. I don't know her family situation. I don't know the kind of family she's got or their financial situation or even their housing situation. She didn't explain that. But that was her motive, to build this house for her family to live in, so that when she also goes, she's got a place of her own to live in. A child who was not born back home, number one, it's very difficult for the child to grow and say they would like to go back home unless they were born there and they have some ties there. It's very difficult. They may go there just to visit. They will never ever go there to live their life. It's 90% impossible for a child born in diaspora to say, I'm going back home to live there. They may just go back on holiday and come home. So her purpose was not to build for her child, but to build for the family. She started putting money together, sending back to the family to build. So they started by telling her they bought the land, and it's 100 by 100 land. She said, okay, let me just send money. She trusted the family with all her heart, which is what every normal person would do. You would trust your family. So she sent money for the foundation of the property, for them to do the foundation. It was when the money went for the foundation after a while, she was like, okay, can you send me pictures of where you've gotten to so that I know the next step to take? The pictures were not forthcoming. She kept chasing. It was the brother, specifically, she said, it's her brother that she sends the money to. The pictures were not forthcoming. The brother never showed the pictures. She chased until the brother was like, okay, I've not done the foundation. She was like, really? Okay, then show me the picture of the land. Now she began to get suspicious. She was like, show me the picture of the land so that I know that I want to see land. I have seen land. The brother couldn't send picture of the land until she involved the police. So she called the police back home. I don't know how she did it. They got in touch before the brother sent a picture of the land, and she ordered for the document of the land as well. So the brother said a picture of the land and the document, and the land was not even 100 by 100 as she was being told, or she was told to believe. The land was not 100 by 100. It was less than that, and there was no foundation on the land. That was where she realized that this issue is going on another level. So she told them, okay, I want to come home and come and oversee the property by myself. At least take like 1 month off, come and stand there and make sure that things are done, then I return back. She bought her flight ticket and then she told the family, I'm coming back home. It was when she told them she was coming back home that the other family members, which is her parents or whatever, came together to tell her, it's better as you are coming, you come and buy a house. Rather come and buy a house. You see this world? The lady was so pained. So pained. And one thing that hurts is that when it's got to do with family, it is very, very difficult if it's got to do with family. And I was also putting in some of the comments in the comment section. I was telling her, listen, be very careful, be very wise when it is family you are dealing with, okay? You have to be very wise when it is family you are dealing with. Listen, I have friends in this UK who have bought land in Ghana. They have never seen the land with their eyes, and it's been 2 years. 2 good years they have paid for the land. They have not seen the land with their eyes in 2 years. Some have sent money back home for houses to be built. They have not seen the house. Let me use myself as a case study now. So I had one house before I came to the UK. I built a 3-bedroom house. I started building the house in 2015 until 2020. Before I moved to the UK, I had completed the house. Initially, the purpose was for me to go and stay in the house because I didn't have any plans of traveling, as I said. Until my plans changed, I was like, okay, let me just go to the UK. I put up that house for rental in 2002. We are now in 2003. That was the first tenant that lived in the house. It was difficult for me to put up the house for rental. So I put up that house for rental exactly a year ago, 2002. It is a year now that the first tenant lived in the property. If I send you a list of the things that has been spoiled in that newly built house with everything new, if I show you the things that have been spoiled in the house, and the tenant is telling me to come and fix those things with my own money, I was telling a colleague of mine at work, and she was like, "Oh, this is the same challenge we've been having." Like everybody I tell, they're like, "Oh, this is the same challenge, this is the same challenge, this is the same challenge." It's like when people realize that you are in diaspora, they will milk you dry. I'm telling you for a fact, they will milk you dry. Even those you trust that you are building, you want to send money to, even those you say you trust 100%, they may do something with the money that you have sent. But let me tell you, tell yourself, brace yourself that about 20% of that money is not going to go into that property. 20% will not be accounted for. I have other properties back home that I have gone to see with my own eyes. And I'm telling you, even with the interest rate, the way the interest rate and cost of living is going up by the day, if you send the money, you think it is enough to finish that property, it's not enough. Because by the time you send the money, the interest rate would have gone up. If you don't take care, this thing is going to cause a lot of fracas between you and people back home. If you don't deal with it in wisdom, and if you don't apply knowledge, you will bump into people, you will bump into each other, and relationships will become sour, even with those you trust. Bottom line for me, what I picked up from this lady's story and what I've picked up from people around me, plus my own experience, please, if you've got your money and you want to invest back home, especially in housing, it's a good investment. But if you don't take care, you'll be frustrated. You will be frustrated. So the bottom line is, if you've got your money and you want to invest in property back home, get through to a certified contractor. You exchange document, they give you an estimate, you give them the money, they do the property for you. Option number 2, hold your money, go there and supervise the property by yourself. See to it that the property is built whilst you are still there. Option number 3, buy the property cash out if you can afford it. Those ones are quite expensive, and sometimes the building materials are not quality, so you can't really trust. But if you can afford it and you are sure of the building materials and you know that they are quality, go and buy the property outright, physically, whilst you are there. Exchange the document, exchange the contract by yourself. Otherwise, please keep your money wherever you are. Maybe get mortgage in that country. If in future you can remortgage that property or sell that property, get your money. When you're going back home, you go and buy whichever property you want back home. You buy it in cash, or you stand there to supervise it to be built, because it's not easy. People have stories to tell. Like, it's not even funny at all. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this, having to build or having to invest back home. And one thing is also, if you are building a property to put on the market for rent, how much does it even yield? It doesn't yield that much. That money cannot come here or cannot go abroad to do anything for you. It's either you reinvest in that money back home, or you just need to take care of things back home. But to bring it abroad, it doesn't really yield much. If you convert it, the interest rate does not smile at all. The money literally does not do anything for you. So this is just should I say an advice or some points that I want to make. If you think you have your own money, do what I have said. You can choose to do any of them. For me, rather than ending up in premium tiers, like in tiers Pro Max, don't wait to learn the hard way. At least people have walked the walk. They have already learned the hard way, and they are telling you things that they have experienced. And it takes only courage for people to come out to say, listen, this is what I have experienced. It takes courage. It takes a lot of boldness for people to come out to show you their vulnerability, to show you how vulnerable they are. If things like this happen, it is not for you to laugh over it. It's not for you to jump into conclusion or judge them. It's for you to learn, and it's for you to encourage and lift them at that point in time in their lives. It's not easy for somebody to come out and tell you that this is what has happened to me, and it's a negative thing, when they know that people hate them, people do not like them, people are going to gossip about them or write negative comments, especially when it's social media. People are going to write negative comments, but they are still bold enough to share. It's for you to learn something out of it. Do not criticize them. Do not criticize them. Do not judge them. That is what the world has now turned into. They just go on people's pages to brutalize them. They will judge you, write hateful comments, despise you so much, as if it is their money that you are using. Meanwhile, it's not your money. It is their money they have used. They are just sharing how vulnerable they are. In such a time, let's learn from their mistakes or things that they have done. She didn't know. If she knew this is how it's going to end, or if she knew she couldn't trust these people, she wouldn't have, in the first place, she wouldn't have invested her money. If she knew her family would betray her like this, she wouldn't have invested her money. She didn't know. So it's pure innocence, pure trust that she had for her family. It can happen to anybody. I am lucky I have got a family that can support me. So I wouldn't condemn what she did. She didn't know. Sometimes you don't know the true colors of people until you are abroad. You don't know the true colors of people. Once you travel abroad, they draw a thin line between you and them. It's like a battlefield. They don't want to see you progress. They don't want to see you prosper. And they are the same people that will brutalize you when you don't do anything. When you don't go back home to do any property, tell you what, they are the same people. They will brutalize you. They will talk about you. Oh, he even went abroad, he never did anything. He even went abroad, he never came back home to do anything. He didn't invest in anything back home. I have heard it 1,000 times. I have seen it 1,000 times. They are the same people that will condemn you, that will judge you if you don't do anything back home. Meanwhile, they are the same people that when you send money to help you to do something, see what they did to the girl. It's so sad. It saddens my heart for somebody to be in diaspora. See how cold it is. People do not know how cold it is until they experience it. See, when my parents came, before they came, I was telling them it's very cold. Some of the clothes they wanted to bring, they shouldn't bring. My mom thought I was just joking around. When she came, she was like, you said it, you said it. We had to buy new sets of clothes, like new set of clothes, new set of shoes. They couldn't wear anything they brought. It was freezing cold. You can't go out. Meanwhile, you have to go out to work. You have to go out to school. If you're a student, you have to do things for yourself. So if somebody is in diaspora and they manage to send you £5, £2, £10, whatever they send you, please appreciate it. It's not easy. The racism people have to go through, the bullying at work, the bullying, the racism, the discrimination that people have to go through to make ends meet in abroad. We come on social media to laugh and do everything. It's not everything that you say outside. It's not funny. So if somebody goes through all of this and tries to do a property, see, like this girl, she had pure intention. She's doing it for her family. She's doing it for them all. And see, they themselves turned themselves against her when she was trying to do something good for them. You don't even know who to trust. You don't know who to trust again. If you are in diaspora, you don't know who to trust back home. The system is not smiling with them. System is hard there. So they will use their frustration. They will channel all their frustration and energy on you. Anyway, I think I'll bring an end to this video. Otherwise, I'll just talk the whole day. I can talk the whole day about this topic because it is so relatable to a lot of people in diaspora. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about some of these things, and let's all put our heads together and learn from each other. I hope this video is insightful and it's going to help somebody. Smash the like button for this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification bell icon so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be notified and be able to watch. Until we meet again in my next video, guys, it's bye-bye. Bye.